I ever wondered why under old cars this is dirty sports oil? You're gonna find out soon.
Patrick's Garage. Grab your snack, welcome back.
How oil can get inside the cylinders? First of all, it can get through the valves. This is rubber seals. They can prevent penetration of oil inside the cylinders. Stem can be worn, guide of valve can be worn, even plates of valve can be worn, seats can be worn. So piston sucks this from intake manifold mixture, and this is oil inside the engine also can get inside the cylinders, and what will be happens. The next, this is with mixture, this burns, and that way oil burns. Also, worn piston rings, oil can get through the worn piston rings. Cylinder walls can be worn. Yes, you can check this when you're disassembling engine. You can put new ring all the levels, all the way where piston goes through the cylinder, and you can check with lighter from another side. You can see where these gaps between your new ring and cylinder walls. So this is a really interesting method. But you can check your engine also with pressure air. You can supply the air to the hole of the spark plug. You can making this adapter or spark plug. You can notice this thread, measure this thread, and same thing, you can do this adapter, and you supply pressure air into the cylinder. You want to be careful, these valves should be closed, and you want to notice from where this pressurized air goes out. Even if this air goes out from, dipstick, you can guess that cylinders, rings worn, and you can notice probably can be worn. This is head gasket. You noticed bulbs in the coolant, in the extension tank. If you open the cap, you can see what inside the extension tank, and really obvious signals if the really dirty from goes black vapor goes from the your PCV system, ventilation system. You can check your tailpipe. You see inside the tailpipe oil film dirty. You can guess that oil penetrates inside the engine. And what we can say about PCV. But yes, why oil drops to the earth? Because of this pressure inside the engine. This pressure goes through the cylinders, out of cylinders inside the block. So pressure inside, and oil drops through the seals to the earth. But even if you want to change these seals, this can be only tip of this iceberg, that engine worn inside and a lot of pressure, so oil drops from the seals. And if you're unscrewing, you're removing the spark plug, you see carbon on the spark plugs. Probably this is also signal. You can watch my videos how you can judge about engine condition by spark plugs. And yes, how this oil vapor from block can penetrate inside the cylinders area, because when cylinders goes down, it sucks the mixture from mm, manifold, intake manifold, but meantime, this is vapor can goes inside through the worn piston rings. It sucks also this from the engine. What can be wrong? Really common. This specific system valve can be clogged, can be stuck inside. What can be if this will be so? Yes, extra vapor with with blocked PCV valve. Engine sucks a lot of air to the intake manifold. When it clogs, PCV valve stock clogged, vapor goes from everywhere, including seals. So engine sucks air, in the intake manifold. Volvo using this nipple, B20 engine, B18 engine using PCV valve connected to the intake manifold, and air goes from air filter to the engine, and then it sucks dirty air to the intake system. So in older models it goes just into the atmosphere. This is just anti-pollution solution with this PCV valve. You can check it, they're not so expensive, but this is PCV valve, they all different. Yes, they looks like similar, especially from long distance, but inside there all they different. So you want to buy which intended for, especially for your for model of your engine, for this particular model, this PCV which matches for your engine you want to buy, and nothing another. And this will be a really simple solution. You want to hope that really cause that this PCV valve wrong, and you will solve this problem. In a lot of cases, this will be done by replacing PCV valve, but sometimes, especially when engine worn, when piston rings float inside, piston rings like in modern cars with turbo, also they burn oil, and nothing can be helpful, only rebuild the engine completely. How to stop this? Yes, you want to rebuild the engine. Yes, disclaimer as always. You want to sure that your gasket in proper shape, I mean head gasket, you changing oil, you changing oil filter every 5,000 of miles. You want to change oil and you replace your oil filter. Yes, you can make this test, compression test for engine. You can disassembling the engine, and you see these cylinder grooves. You can measure with measure this gap between piston ring and in the grooves of pistons with filler gauge, and you can see data specifications, and when piston goes up, goes down, and this is through these gaps also mixture can go through the block area, and then with oil it sucks inside when pistons goes up, goes down. So you want to check these things, but first you want to check this PCV valve, and of course clean all this ventilation, PCV ventilation system. All hoses can be clean inside, and this nipple which they're using with B20 engine, also you want to notice that it's not clogged, because will be too much pressure. And yes, when you increasing gas pedal or carburetor, you want to rev up the engine, and you noticed how this ventilation works. Yes, at idling, vapor can go to the air filter because not enough vacuum inside the intake manifold. So first you want to check this CV valve. If you see these spots of oil under the engine, you want to check your spark plugs, compression test, but when rings close, coated with uh, oil, you can get wrong measurements of your compression test. So you can implement this trick with supplying air inside the cylinders, and you see from where goes this air, and you can realize where something wrong with your engine.
Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Click the subscribe button and notifications bell, so that way you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos about car repairing.